It's been crazy lately, right? Bro, sister, I don't have to tell you where we coming from, right? From the projection. See, we learned so much in the last... Okay, don't get better today. Anyway, we learned so much. And we want to leave behind the negativity, the sickness, the fucked up minds. We just want to leave them behind, right? We've been cast out of Eden. That's human fate. We're born, right? We just born in a world, and being born means to lose all wholeness. And the job is to be empowered again and find your wholeness again. Anyway, see, you need to understand, we want to leave the negativity behind. We don't want to focus on that. We are done trying to understand NPCs, delusional people, the reptilian brains, those who are in constant fight and flight mode. We have learned that their prefrontal cortex has been burned away. The hippocampus does not work properly. They have no mental energy to create. Yeah, we know this. We know this. And bro, see, a person with a grandiose sense of self needs yes-sayers, enablers, codependents around them. They need to immerse themselves in their own shared fantasy, and it has nothing to do with reality. So when you coming in as a peaceful person that is relating to reality and facts and truth, you will attack the shared fantasy without wanting it, just by being authentic, alright? This is why peaceful people are being attacked by reptilian brains, and we know that we learned that, but we want to leave it behind, right? Yeah, so we going through this month of October. November is coming, a big switch in energy. Nature. Yo, everything changes, bro. And yeah, you know, this grandiose sense of self that these people have, it needs to be in a safe environment so they can fully immerse themselves in this virtual reality. It's not reality, it's a virtual reality, okay? And it can't be questioned by authentic people. It's like they want to play a game with driving in plastic cars, and then they are highly competitive, which makes absolutely no sense. And then somebody comes who don't want to compete, but he has a real car. And this is why they get angry and hostile, because it destroys their fantasy of playing with their car as the best car in the world. When you just come with your real car and you just, hey, what's up? You know, it's an attack on their fantasy, okay? Yeah, the reptilian brain is territorial and competitive, even though there is no competition, because you can't compare grandiose narcissistic personalities to authentic people. They are just a shadow of that, okay? The narcissist is a shadow of a healthy person that acts in reality, is connected to the fullness of life. But we can't make blind people see, so we just have to leave that behind. And face reality. See, reality is that when they started, when they started speaking of peace, that was the moment they understood they can't live in your presence. They need to go to war to get rid of you, because you are You are a representation of that what they can never have or be. When they start talking about your future as if they want to play God in your life, better believe that's the time they are already plotting in the background. See, they are so delusional, they believe their own lies. This is why narcissists double up on their lies. They don't know what the truth is. They don't know what a lie is. So whenever they lie, it seems to be very plausible. And when they speak in some truth, they feel something off. So in other words, you never trust them, and they don't know what truth is actually, because they don't know who they are and where their place is. So how could they relate or discern anything like that? We can't make the blind person see. Colors, 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 colors. All right, so that was the moment when they speaking of peace and of your future, where they are at war with you and plotting in the background. Yeah. And you were attacking them because you're not competitive, but have everything and represent everything they can't have. Yet they believe in the delusion that once you're gone, finally they will be free and able to immerse themselves in the shared fantasy without any interruption, tapping into the matrix, being fully ecstatic forever. Yeah, there's so many rude awakenings these guys go through. It's terrible. They really got a spiral inwards, man. They're so sad. Nobody can stop them. And now they can't even blame you anymore, right? Yes, it's very sad. And we want to leave that behind, just to be. Just to be. And when they tapping in then into the shared fantasy, it is bad for everybody around them. See, they have this grandiose sense of self and were highly competitive. And I would never point out anything or speak this or compare myself to them. I don't. But if they challenge me, I tell them, bro, sister, you bad parents, you can't parent. You parent each other in intimate relationships as grown-up people. You idealize each other. You don't hold each other accountable. You enable abuse. You project your insecurities, your trauma on others. You're emotionally dysregulated. You traumatize your own children. You live in complete denial. Yet I want to leave that behind. Yeah. But you make everybody around you suffer. Okay? And you can't do better, and you can't see colors. And that's very sad. But we leave that behind, right? Yeah, the shared fantasy of the narcissist is the core, is the lie, is the comfort zone, is the warmth, is mother's womb. It's the artificial intelligence that created a grandiose picture. And it is so sick. Because they use their environment to support it, or everybody who does not support it, who is speaking from authenticity and truth, is being attacked. This is because of the reptile brain is in constant fight and flight situation. You know, so they are either absorbed in the shared fantasy dynamic, the cult, or when something penetrates into this womb, into this sphere of projected fantasy. Somebody enters it, beak, beak, with truth, facts, connection to reality, a person who's authentic, has emotional regulation, and so on. They have to fight for their own life. They are threatened to the core. They have to put on a facade. They don't know how to tune into that frequency. They have to overdo it, or they are afraid of not having the right social response, because how should they know what another person feels? They don't have real empathy. They don't see the subtle things happening. They can't read emotions. Okay, they are bound, forced to be on the cognitive field of thinking, calculating, strategic, but they can't feel emotions on the same level as a real empath can. They can just emulate that, okay? Just like Google AI can tell you and smile at you and be very nice at you, but it can't tune in completely. And this is a very uncanny feeling when you deal with people on this spectrum. And yeah, the fight and flight mode is constantly on them. Alright? It means high levels of cholesterol. It means fears, repressed fears, anxiety, shame, and no introspection, no ability to apologize or admit mistakes. No, it's not there. Don't waste your time. Don't let them challenge you. Don't let them trigger you. Just stay in your authentic energy. There's no competition. Yeah, alright. It's like these people stuck on in childhood, okay? There is a post-traumatic condition they're in, alright? And it happened in early childhood. So what you do is you individuate. You're staying in your energy. You're moving on. And whenever they have a question, you show them what they do and they will run away, terrified. Alright? And yes, I don't want to be challenged, alright? Or I tell them the truth. And they can't stand that. Because they need that artificial intelligence that creates that rainbow unicorn picture for them. The narcissistic shared fantasy.